All right, Scary Harry Gary reporting from Palomar College in San Marcos, California, right by my place in Vista. Look at this. This is pretty cool. We're at the baseball field. Actually, it's not a baseball field. It looks like a baseball field, but it's not. It's actually a softball field. You know how I could tell? 190 down the line and 220 up the middle. That's like not even a pop-up for hardball. Anyway, but look how beautiful it is. Nice little design. They've got their grass or fake grass out here. You can lounge and watch the game. Same thing in center field. And look, they've got some really cool plants here. We're gonna go do a tour of this place. Why not? I had to drop my truck off for repairs. I'm riding my bike back home, and I've always wanted to come by and see this place. Now look, I think they must have a horticulture unit here because they've got ponytail palms over there. They've got some beautiful sabal palms. It looks like they have even royal palms, and it looks like maybe even a firewheel tree up there. We'll go take a look. But yeah, it looks like a pretty new baseball field. It's pretty beautiful. So if you're in San Diego and your kid plays softball, send him here. Look over here. Here's the, I was hoping this was open, but it's not. It's the cactus and succulent garden. And in order to get in here, you either got to hop the fence, which I will not do. If I did, I wouldn't even tell you. Of course I wouldn't. I don't want to get thrown in jail. But there's some cool stuff in there, it looks like. But you got to call this phone number if you want to get in. So make sure you call that number. But I'm noticing over here, look at this. Guess what this is? This is Kigelia pinnata. That's the sausage tree from Africa. Look at it. You can see these beautiful flowers, and they hang down, and you'll get these big things that look like sausages. I used to have one of these on the San Diego State campus, and I used to sit under it and trip out. I'm sure nobody else there knew what it was. I was the only freak. Oh, look, here's the yellow fever tree from Africa as well. This one here, they call it the yellow fever tree because they thought this tree was responsible for people getting, I guess it was a dengue fever, or I don't know, one of those fevers over there. They turn yellow, apparently, same color as this tree. So they blamed it on the tree. So poor tree had nothing to do with it. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. Let's just kind of go peruse around, see what we see. Look at that. How's that for a junior college landscaping tree? That's like some kind of cool ficus. I'm not sure which one, to be honest. And I can't wait to watch it develop. And these are the royal palms. They don't look like much now, but they will eventually. There's something else up here. I'm not sure what it is. Check this out right over here. Maybe you all can help me identify what I'm looking at. What is this little tree here? Look at this. I don't know what that is. Can somebody help us identify this plant? Please, please, please. So we'll keep playing around and see what else they have here. Pretty much everywhere you look, something kind of different. It's not really Trumwell, but that's a Livistona australis from Australia. And you got all kinds of opuntias, yuccas, agaves here. And this over here is a type of brachychiton bottle tree. And then, of course, some jacarandas and a Phoenix reclinata. That's Phoenix reclinata from Africa. That right there, scrunched, and I say scrunched, in between the jacarandas is Forcrea McDouglii. This is a really interesting plant. We have this plant for sale. Nothing this big yet, but someday. That is a crazy, crazy, crazy big thing. It gets a big fat trunk. It's like a giant tree, makes this big giant head. And it's absolutely drought tolerant. Can handle any conditions you throw at it. Plant this thing will walk away, no problem. If it was trimmed up, it makes a really beautiful pattern on the trunk. And down here, we have the Florida Everglades palm. This is Acelerafi wrightii. Right here, it gets a really narrow trunk. Grows in the Everglades of Florida. And it's a very picturesque palm. You can see it has really intricate foliage up there. I have some of these at my ranch. And Florida native there. I guess we'll just keep rolling. And over here I'm seeing, what other college has this stuff in California? Look at this, more royal palms. They don't look like much now. These are gonna be amazing when they get bigger. These royal palms here. There's also, you can't really see it in the shade, but big bushes of plumeria. That's the flower you get in your, when you get laid in Hawaii, they give you that. Yeah, as a token of their friendship. Anyway, let's keep rolling. This is interesting. This is a plant you really wouldn't think you would see around here. I'm pretty sure that is a Thrinax palm, or maybe a Cocoa Thrinax. There's another one over here. And look, here's a Chamaedorea tepaholote, if you could say that. Is this? Yeah, this is a type of Thrinax palm, native to the Caribbean. That's pretty cool. I mean, you wouldn't expect to see any of these plants I just showed you at your average community college. This is a brand new landscaped area. And here's another one right here. This would be fun to come back and see these. It's a very beautiful little palm. It's a skinny little trunk. And yeah, this is something I wouldn't even know where to get these in California. They're pretty common in Florida, but not here. And then you've got your typical ponytail palms, some nice agaves. Another really interesting tree that I have no idea what it is. It looks like some form of like a cassia, maybe? But don't quote me, probably not. It looks like maybe it's something else. But yeah, anybody who knows what that tree is, take a good look at the foliage there. Let us know. It'd be fun to know what that is. I'm sure we'll be doing this all day. All right, now we're talking. Dun, 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 dun. Anybody know what that is? That's what I was raving about down by the baseball field. Softball. And the football field. That's a Roystonia regia, the royal palm, Cuban royal palm, native to Cuba. Grows by the millions in the mountains of Cuba. Big fat white trunk, super beautiful. Grows great here. Loves it. It does need to get going a little bit to get ahead of some of the brown fronds when they're younger. We also have some really interesting Parajubea here. This one's native to, I guess, Bolivia. Bolivian coconut. Gets really big. Gorgeous silver foliage. Look at that. We've got the wonderful bells rolling. But this is a fun little area up here. Let's go wander around. There's something in here. I don't know what it is. Is this there's a palm called Distica, I think. Look at this. What is this? Could it be a Ceroxylon? Oh, wait. Here we go. Oh, it's an Adelaia. Yeah. Bacillarea. They put the sign specifically for me and you. Can you read that? Bacillarea. Anyway, it's a cahoon. I think they call it the cahoon. And that's a really beautiful thing. Obviously likes it down underneath these trees. What else? Another Parajubea back in there. It looks like we have a type of Brahea here. This looks like it might be Brahea nitida, I think. No thorns. Really lime green color. Pretty. Of course, I thought this was nitida too over here. Look at the big dead log. They put some bromeliads in it. Kind of fun. Take a look at how this glows. I love this palm. This is Brahea nitida. I think it's also called something else now. I keep changing the name. And another beautiful Parajubea Torellii. No one's ever trimmed this. So it looks like you can never trim it. That's a gorgeous thing. Look at the coloration. The foliage. It's beautiful green on top with these stripes. Underneath, it's vivid silver. So you get this multicolored effect. I only have 10% of my battery left. Hopefully that'll last. And that is a sky flower, Duranta. Yay! And directly above this beautiful orange clump of aloe, we have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plant. It's called Arcana Phoenix Alexandrae. It's related to the regular king palm, but it's not regular by any means. It gets this iridescent silver foliage on the backside, and it kind of is a little more stiff in its foliage structure, so it holds up to wind better. Look at that beautiful structure it holds. Isn't that gorgeous? Got the cardboard cycad right there. Livistone chinensis. Bambusa oldhemi. What else? What else? What else? Oh, there's Prochardia back there. This will be a good example. And then this is Arenga angleri. More of the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Alexander palms. Conophoenix alexandrae, another one. And here we have flowering Dacilarium, unflowering Dacilarium, some kind of grass, very well trimmed giant bird of paradise, and a beautiful Bismarckia. Look at that thing. Bismarckias are from Madagascar. They get huge and they get white foliage. Here is a Phoenix reclinata from Africa. Another Bismarckia over here. Look at that thing. And a tree that I don't know the name of that I'm hoping you can help me out with. Right here, this one. And then look at this. That's a Pandanus screw pine. And I don't know what that looks like. A crazy Furcrea that I've never seen before. It's orange. I've never seen such interesting landscaping on a campus before, or anywhere really. Look at this. This is a type of sable. It's from Central America. Look at that beautiful arch in the foliage. Super beautiful tree. It's a little yellow here, but that's all right. We've got something covered up down here. And then what's this tree? What's this tree? All their signs are faded. You can't really tell what they are. Can't read them anymore. Anyway, that's kind of a fun one. Looks like a South Pacific. Oh, look, it's got a red flower. All right. One of my viewers will tell us what that is. Where is it? Is that it? Where's the red flower? Yeah, right there. This seems to be the Hot Lava Ode to Hawaii garden here. Why do I say that? Everything looks like lava. And you've got all this sugar cane. If you need some calories, there's where you go. It's really good to eat. Very sweet, as you might surmise. There's what you're looking for, that stalk right there. Cut that off and get in there and get some sugar cane. And it's a little dead end here. We're gonna go back. We have taro. That's a Hawaiian plant. There. We've got our little volcanoes, it looks like. And we have a Hawaiian native over here, Prochardia, and some Pandanus screw pines, and also native to Hawaii. It's that one. There we go. Here's your Hawaiian lulu palms. Isn't that pretty? There they are. Happily living in San Diego, far from home. Your hot lava water feature. And yeah, definitely Hawaiian garden. Here's your quarterline and more screw pines. Go up the ramp. See what else we see. More Prochardia up here. And what would a Hawaiian garden be without banana? Here are your Prochardia palms when they get bigger with trunk. As you can see, they look a lot like our Mexican fan palm that we see all over. It's so ubiquitous here. And I'll show you some differences with it. Some people argue that maybe they were related. I think the consensus is that they are not. They just look very much alike. Our palm will get this crisscross trunk on it, like that if you trim it. This palm will get a similar trunk, but more hairy. And this one really has no thorns, and ours over there does on the other side. But they are very similar to each other. So they don't know which Prochardia it is. They put Prochardia species. That means they don't know which one it is. And then there's our palm. It's native down into Baja. Very similar palm, especially when it's trimmed up. It looks pretty similar. What on earth are you looking at? You're looking at some wild architecture. Look at this. Architect had fun here. I don't know. What's this plant? You guys know what that one is? Right there. This will be a fun video. There's also this one up here. I think that's Castanea. Right there. In fact, there's some fruit on it. Should we just try it? What do you think? That which doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? What do we got here? This is all right, here we go. See what happens. Wow. Oh God. Shit. Don't eat that. Your throat starts to constrict. That was a little bit too. Imagine if I ate the whole thing. What is that? Here we have some triangle palms from Madagascar. They call it triangle because they really do grow up in a triangle, and my throat is really bugging me. I'm gonna be like Steve Irwin. You know what happened to Steve Irwin? He kept poking animals one too many times. They're gonna find like, oh, that legendary Gary Gregg horticulture guy. They found him dead in a botanical garden with some fruit in his mouth that was toxic. Stupid. Anyway, that was weird. Right down in here, it tasted kind of weird at first, and kind of good and sweet, almost like molasses. And all of a sudden, my throat started freaking out. So, anyway, going into anaphylactic shock. Hopefully not. There's your beautiful Madagascar ocotillo right there. Lemurs will actually eat the leaves off those and navigate all the thorns when doing so, jumping from plant to plant with unbelievable aerobatic accuracy. And we have some interesting things on the ground here. That looks like another type of same as the one before, but a little different. Look at that. I've never seen that before. And you've got your crown of thorns. You've got your we tried to grow this in Richmond outside. It didn't really work. You've got your Pachypodium right here. Another one right there. And some interesting trees that I have no idea what these are. And then one more of the beautiful Madagascar oak. I love this Madagascar oak too. It's really cool. Look at this beautiful architecture here. This is a city college, if you can believe it. This is nicer than San Diego State when I was there. Anyway, got lots of rocks to sit on out here. What else do we see? Here's some sort of experimental palm. Sometimes experimental trees just don't do that well. Oh, look. This one here is Ericastrum schizophylla. That's cool. I'll have to watch for seed on this one. And then what else do we have here? Another one, same thing. Don't look that great, really. Then there's forget the name of that one in there. I'll think of it in a minute. Oh, this is a beautiful landscaped area. Look at these bromeliads. The light coming through. I don't know what this tree is. I'm sure the horticulture department had, yeah, this is just a regular skyflower again. And I'm sure they had to consult with the botany department here because landscape architects wouldn't know how to do where to get all these plants. That's a beautiful Acmea bromeliad with red flowers. Fun one. Oh, look, here's a mass planted. It's called Dickia down on the ground right there. It's another type of bromeliad. We sell this in our nursery. There's a flower coming out of some sort of a bromeliad and a jelly palm and a really loud airplane. Oh, it's Oligoptera. That's the name of this plant up here. Oligoptera arenaria. This plant right here is called Oligoptera arenaria, and I can prove it. See? has this beautiful foliage. Really interesting foliage pattern on that plant. It's actually very hardy. It's from Brazil. And it's a sub-clumping plant. It gets multiple stems. And I don't know if it ever gets too tall, but a very beautiful plant. Here's something interesting. First, take a look at the bark on the inside of the tree. It's kind of smooth, kind of contorted. Really interesting. And then you start looking at the foliage of the tree, and it's this ferny little foliage. It has a really interesting glow to it, and the really interesting pattern to the bark and the wood. It's got thorns on it. And here's the foliage. I wonder if anybody out there knows what this is. Let us know. But look at how the light glides through it. Here's kind of a bizarre form of Sagres, and I used to know the name of this one, but I don't anymore. But very interesting. It's a narrow trunk. It gets a little head, but holds a bunch of foliage. Just a very different looking plant. They don't look that great here because it's just not a tropical climate, but they're actually related to the queen palm over there. Same genus, so it's probable that they could hybridize, which would be pretty remarkable to see. There's a little hummingbird up there. It is an interesting plant. I remember it came onto the scene and we were all excited about possibilities of this plant, but it just doesn't look good because the tips burn in California when in full sun. But it does have a really interesting archy foliage to it, a lot like this Boodia over here that has ripe fruit that I'm gonna go get, and we're gonna go investigate that cactus right there. Look at the lighting on this cactus, backlighting, silhouette. All the thorns are glowing. Beautiful red flowers. Don't know which one this is, but I like it. And here we have some absolutely enormous, biggest ones I've ever seen, Butia capitata. And look, the seeds, they're edible. And they're being speared by a pineapple relative. I wonder if you could eat this. Pull that off there. What do you think? Oh, got some kind of fleshy fruit. What's in there? What's in there? Oh. What do you think? I know it didn't work out so well last time. Let's just try it one more time. Very sour. But jelly palm should be really good. Let's try it. Right here. Oh, God. Oh, really good. These things are variable. It can be good, bad, small, little, orange, yellow, anywhere in between. This is one of the best I've ever had. Sometimes the best fruit comes from the uglier trees. This tree is, it's all right. It's kind of nice silver. I've seen prettier. But, the fruit stacked up, and then the bromeliad's off the ground, so it's totally clean. Ow, 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 ow. There. Oh my God. So good. I bet no one eats these.